We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
Hello everyone, I'm Chetna Mishra and I'm back with my lecture 5. We are going to see chapter number 1, power switching devices, lecture number 5, and in this lecture I'm going to summarize all the content of lecture number 1 to 4. That means we will go through the summary of or highlights of the main points which we have studied from lecture number 1 to lecture number 4. Okay, so who are preparing a objective questions of electronics or who are going to appear in MCQ exam of a GTU, it will be helpful to their it will helpful to utilize the summary of the lecture number 1 and to lecture number 4. So here it is. So in last lectures 1 to 4 we are go through the PN junction diodes, its behavior, when it is connected to the reverse bias, when it is connected to the forward bias, and when it is in thermal equilibrium condition. Then we go to the characteristic of IV characteristic of forward bias, reverse bias. Then we go through the voltage rating which is related with the forward mode, voltage and current rating which is related to the reverse mode. Then in last lecture number 4, we see the turn on and turn off characteristic of the SCR. So now I'm going to summarize all the points. So the first point is the PN junction diode is a minority carrier, unidirectional, uncontrolled switching device. So what is a diode? Diode basically uncontrolled device in which you find out the minority carriers and majority carriers, and which is uncontrolled. What is the meaning of uncontrolled? That means whatever the input you will give to the diode, according to you get the output. That means there is no gate terminal. You will not allow to control your output by changing the pulse or anything else. So whatever the input subjected to the PN diode, and that accordingly you get the output. So that is nothing but the PN junction diode, normal diode. Now second point is the power diode incorporates a lightly dropped drift region between two heavily dropped P type and N type region. So to increase the strength of the diode, and having a range of the voltage and current, adding a drift region in between the P type and N type material. So if you are using a PN junction, in between P and you add the drift region, and you will vary the width region. You will vary the drift region width, and you can vary the current and voltage among the PN junction diode. So this is nothing but the lightly dropped drift region indicated between two regions. Now third point is the maximum reverse voltage withstanding capability of a power diode depend on the width and the dropping level of the drift region. So as I told you that the reverse voltage can be affected by the width of the drift region. Okay, so that's why width region is going to be added in the P and N type material. In next is that power diode should never be subjected to a reverse voltage greater than the reverse breakdown voltage. So this will be a main point, that diode should be not subjected to the reverse voltage greater than the reverse breaking voltage. And what are the voltage? I earlier said, giving the definition of it. Okay, so now the next point, the IV characteristic of the forward bias power diode is comparatively more linear due to the voltage drop in the drift region. So you can get the linear characteristic when it is connected to the forward bias when it is compared to the voltage drop in the drift region. Now next is the forward voltage drop across the conducting power diode depends on the width of the drift region but not affected significantly by its dropping density. Correct. So whatever the dropping density, it not affect the forward voltage, but width can be. Okay, so taking this consideration, now forward continuous forward bias operation, the RMS value of the diode forward current should always be less than its rated RMS current as given case temperature. So we studied that the diode is very sensitive about the temperature, so it's going to be affect, the values is going to be affected by the temperature. So now next, the surge forward current through a diode should be less than the application surge current rating. So what happened? The surge forward current through a diode should be less than applicable surge current rating. Okay. So during the turn on, the instantaneous forward voltage drop across the diode may reach a level considerably higher than its steady state voltage drop for the given forward current. And this is called the forward recovery voltage. So what is the forward recovery voltage? When the forward voltage drop higher than the steady state voltage drop. Okay. Now during the turn off, the diode current goes negative first before reducing to zero and get its first peak, and that is nothing but the called the reverse recovery of the diode. So that is nothing but the reverse recovery diode, and that is nothing but a reverse recovery current, IRR. Now, the peak negative current flowing through the diode turning off is called a reverse recovery current, as I earlier told you that. That is nothing but the reverse recovery period, and the current is reverse recovery current. The total time of which the diode current remains negative during a turn off is called the reverse recovery time. Please take in consideration. What is TRR? That is the time which taken to diode current remains negative through the turn off process. So that is nothing but the reverse recovery time. Now next, the diode cannot block reverse voltage till the reverse current through the diode reaches its peak value. So very important, diode cannot block the reverse voltage till the current through the diode reaches to its maximum. Now next, both the reverse recovery current and the reverse recovery time of a diode depend on the forward current during the turn off rate of decrease of the forward current, and the type of the diode. So this both the parameters depend on the rate of decrease of forward current and the type of diode. Now next, the normal or slow recovery diode has smaller reverse recovery current but longer reverse recovery time. Slow recovery diodes, normal, please take in consideration that normal and slow recovery diodes have smaller reverse recovery current but longer reverse recovery time. So they are suitable for the line frequency rectifier operation. Now the fast recovery diodes have faster switching time but comparatively lower breakdown voltage, and they are suitable for the high frequency rectifier. So according to the rating, you can decide for which application you will use the normal or slow recovery diodes and which application you are going to use the fast recovery diode. Okay, so please keep in mind that for the lower frequency line frequency rectifier, that is going to normal and slow recovery diodes, and for the high frequency rectifiers or inverter and for the freewheeling operations, you are going to use the fast recovery diodes. Now the next is the fast recovery diode needs to be protected against the voltage transient during the turn off of using RC inch number circuit. Okay, and so when the recovery is going to be done in the turn off process, the transient is going to be protected by the RC snubber circuit. Snubber circuit is nothing but a protection provided to diode against the voltage. So Schottky diodes have lower forward voltage drop and faster switching time but the comparatively lower breakdown voltage. So they are suitable for the low voltage, very high frequency switching and power supply applications. So we started with the line frequency diode, then small and normal, then fast recovery diodes, and then Schottky diodes. So the application of a small and normal recovery diodes are the rectifiers, line frequency rectifiers. Then fast recovery diodes are going to be used in the higher frequency rectifiers and inverter with the freewheeling diode, and the Schottky diode is going to be used for the very high frequency switching power supply application. So this is nothing but the summary of the first 4 lectures. We already uploaded and taught about the fully content of the first chapter, switching devices. Now for the references, you go through the Ned Mohan book and the PC Sen, and also I am going to using the NPTEL material, so you also find out that. So if you any query, you can just email me or just thank you so much. I will be back soon with my next topic, next chapter. Stay tuned.